y'all. It's Friday. It's Football Friday. It's Falcons Friday. First week on the dot. We are ready to get rolling. We'll do our picks. We'll tell you what the Falcons are going to do. And we're going to start this thing off right when we come back. All right, y'all. It's Friday. Got to get these dirty birds rolling. This is how we did it a few years ago. What? Oh, woo! Atlanta, have you heard? Got new guys, them dirty birds. Don't take no mess. Got personality. Panthers want some parts of us. They gon' try to plead. Come on now. Hallelujah. Oh. What? Hallelujah. Oh. That's right, folks. It is Friday. It's the Friday brunch here with your Uncle Steve in the house. How y'all doing today? Glad to see y'all here. Glad to see y'all hyped up for this Friday, Football Friday, Falcons Friday. I appreciate you guys joining us in the lounge. Man, we are, I talked about this before. When you start thinking about the journey, and we go through this every year, when you start thinking about the journey, starting all the way back from season's end to all the free agency, the training camps, the draft, the offseason, all that stuff. And now it culminates into about 48 hours from now, we'll be getting into the first game of the season against Carolina Panthers. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me in Uncle Steve's Lounge. As you're coming in, please don't forget, hit your like button. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe if you get a chance to. Those of you on Facebook, thank you for joining us in Atlanta Bird Gang. If you are on Facebook and you have a YouTube channel, slip over there to that YouTube channel, hit subscribe, hit like. We can get this thing out there into the universe on a Friday brunch. I'm talking Friday brunch and I haven't even eaten today. I haven't eaten today because I've been too hype. I went out there. I got to the car wash today. I got my little Falcons car out there. So I'm trying to, clean it up for the first time in, I'm too embarrassed to say, aside of like little automatic things, this is the first time I probably washed my car in about a month and a half. But that's not important. What's important is we're ready to hype up these Atlanta Falcons for this first game against Panthers. Obviously, we started last night. Little taste of stuff, Kansas City and Detroit. Detroit pulling off what they're calling an upset. Listen, week one, there are really no upsets. I'm sorry. Week one, especially the way they do preseason now with us, with the league only getting 3 games, there is no upset in week one. The upsets come late in the season. So Patrick Mahomes without Travis Kelce, without Chris Jones on the defensive side, fell by 1 point to the Detroit Lions. Great for the Lions, but all is not lost with Kansas City. We'll see how that goes. But forget the rest of the teams. right now. We're talking Atlanta Falcons. I want to know from you, plain and simple. We're not going to get all convoluted today and be all scientific and break down the two tight end technique and all of that. What's the score for Sunday? That's all I need. What's the score? As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do towards the end of this, I'm going to put the link in the chat. We're going to do a rapid fire. So the keyword is rapid fire. And we're going to let y'all come in for a couple of seconds, let you know what do you think the score is going to be, where you're going to look at the game, this weekend, and what do you think the score is going to be. Those are the two things we're going to do as far as that is concerned. Also, I'll give my picks real quick so we can get that out of the way because I want to get into Falcons. I want to get into what everyone thinks about our Falcons more than what I'm going to do for these picks. But again, if you're just tuning in, first, like the video, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, we appreciate it. But I want to know your final score prediction for the Falcons, Panthers, and I want to know what are you doing for the game? Are you going to be at the game? Are you going to be, unfortunately, at work? Are you going to be at home chilling in your man cave or your woman cave? Are you going to be out tailgating? I just want to get the feel of what people are doing this weekend and how they're going to usher in this football season in the ATL. This is the second year in a row we've had an opportunity to start, actually third year in a row. We've had an opportunity to start here at the Benz. I think it's going to be a little bit livelier than it's been in the last couple of years. They're already saying that it's more people expected. Ticket sales have been brisk. So hopefully we get that home field advantage that we're looking for. And remember, y'all, we went 6-3 at the Dome last year. So it's not like we haven't had an advantage, but boy, it'll feel real good to have that team out here. Real quick, I'm going to go through the NFL picks. After I go through that, I'm going to put the link in. Please, if you want to put it in the chat, put it in the chat. If you want to come on briefly, we're going to have some rapid fire. I'm going to give you a chance to tell what's the score, where you're going to be, and then we're going to get you out of here. So let's start with that. Friday brunch is a little bit shorter, so sometimes I have to sneak that in. But let's go with the NFL picks for the week. Going to start off, and I'll get my little background music in here. So my little motivational music I had going on and get y'all started. Start off with the Browns and the Bengals. Browns coming off a disappointing year. Obviously, they had to wait for Deshaun Watson, all the stuff he had going on in the past. He's ready. He has a whole camp ahead of him. Cincinnati just made Joe Burrow the highest paid player in NFL history. I know a lot of people, well, he doesn't deserve what he hasn't done. And I'm saying that's just the way it goes. That's the market. He's based on what he's projected to do. Man, been to 2 straight AFC championship games. He's been a leader. He's been the guy. So that's what he's going to get. This game starts in Cleveland. This is why I'm going to give a small edge to Cleveland. And I know a lot of people might kind of, raise their eyebrows at this one right here. But here's the thing. Let's look at Cleveland's roster. Backfield, Nick Chubb. Wide receivers, Amari Cooper. I'm losing my man. Myles Garrett on the other side out there on the defensive side. It's not like Cleveland doesn't have a lot of folks. And being at home, I think that's a big thing this week. So I look at Cleveland to pull out that game in a mild upset, even though they'll be at home, 27-24. Ravens go into Texans. Lamar Jackson, for a quick second, was the highest paid person in the NFL, but that didn't last long. Doesn't matter. He's paid. He should be happy. Todd Monken goes from UGA to Baltimore to hopefully keep Lamar, kind of, in the pocket and do some more things with his arm. I think that's going to work. Ravens, CJ Stroud on the offensive side, Will Anderson Jr. On the defensive side. I think the Houstons are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future, not this week. look for Ravens to roll in that one. The Vikings against the Bucks. The Bucks, the NFC South foes. Finally, Captain America retired, so all of the pomp and circumstance that Tampa Bay bought for 3 years, all that is done, and now they've been regulated to looking in the bottom of the Cracker Jack box, and they found Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is coming out to a team of malcontents in the Tampa Bay Bucks. Even Mike Evans is trying to tell anybody and everybody that, yeah, unless y'all pay me, I'm gone. I think all of that undercurrent is not going to be good for Tampa. Plus, I sneakily think Tampa wants to get into that Caleb Williams talk for next year. The Vikings, on the other hand, did lose Dalvin Cook, but still have Justin Jefferson, still have Kirk Cousins. I look for the Vikings to roll. The Titans go into the worst atmosphere in football history down there in Louisiana. They have anointed Derek Carr as the savior down there, thinking he's going to give them glimpses of what Drew Brees did for those years and years. Alvin Kamara will have to sit on the sidelines for these first couple of games. I think there are a lot of people still under the assumption that the New Orleans defense is going to be the same. I am not one that's buying into that Kool-Aid. I think they're, with the losses that we poached from them and the defensive coordinator from last year moving over to Atlanta, I think there's going to be a lot of differences. Yes, I know Dennis Allen is a defensive-minded coach, but he didn't do much last couple of years since Sean Payton has left. I don't think he's going to do much this year. I look for the Titans to roll in this one, 22-3 over the front-running Cam Jordan talking junk Aints. Jaguars going into Indy. Indianapolis, same story as Houston. I think Anthony Richardson is really going to be that coin toss. As great as he seems to be athletically, it'll be interesting to see how long it takes him to really catch on to what's going on in the NFL. I look at Anthony Richardson to struggle early. Jaguars, the debut of former Falcon Calvin Ridley, seeing how he meshes up with Trevor Lawrence in that game. I look for the Jags to roll, even on the road. Look at that to be 30-14. And one of the marquee games for me tomorrow, 49ers travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. And while I'm not here to tell you the Steelers are going to be a juggernaut, and it's going to be tough, that AFC North, all of a sudden, with Deshaun Watson now getting a full year, a full summer to kind of get used to his teammates and things like that, and Cincinnati, of course, doing Cincinnati things, I just have a sneaky suspicion that might not be the walkover division that it's been for Pittsburgh for the last few years. I still think they have a capable enough team. Kenny Pickett is kind of in the same boat as Desmond Ridder, though he got a few more games to wet his beak than Desmond did. I look at this to be a mild upset, but again, almost like Kansas City yesterday, there are no real upsets in week one. Everyone's kind of filling themselves out, but I think the Steelers being at home, look for them to sneak out a close win. Games that aren't going to be close tomorrow, the Washington Commanders at home, they're playing, which I probably think on paper might be the worst team in the NFL at this moment, especially with Kyler Murray not there, and even with him there, I'm not sure if that would have changed too much more after that. I look for the Commanders to really put it on the Cardinals. Not so much that the Commanders are that great. I just think the Cardinals are that bad. Look for the Commanders to roll at home tomorrow. Denver with Sean Payton now calling the plays out there with Russell Wilson for the second year in a row. We'll try to see if Russell Wilson can kind of refresh his career and get back to the top echelon of quarterbacks. Did he really leave, or was he ever there? That's really the question a lot of folks are now asking. But I do think Sean Payton can do one thing. He can coach, and he can coach smaller quarterbacks, as we saw, unfortunately, up close here. The Raiders going through some things in Las Vegas. I think the Raiders are one of those teams, too. They're just kind of bridging the gap with Garoppolo right now. I don't think I look for them to be like a major player. This will be a tough game because it's the AFC West, but I look for Denver and that home field advantage to sneak out in that one. Chargers, Dolphins, LA Chargers, of course, with that monumental collapse against the Jags last year, looking for a little bit of payback. I still think on paper they're one of the top 5 overall more talented teams in the NFL. They play a Dolphins team that is probably in that conversation as well, but obviously we want to see if Tua is going to be healthy enough to maintain his durability all year long. Those concussions are no thing to play with. Hopefully he will be able to stand up and take some hits and do what he has to do. But right now, I think the Chargers are going to be the favorite for me in that particular game, but a close game. The Eagles travel to Foxborough to play the Patriots. The Patriots, a shell of themselves since Tom Brady left. Did make the playoffs one year. Struggled down the stretch last year. Didn't make it. Not sure whether Bill Belichick's job is in danger, but it is one of those things to look at later on to see what's going to happen in that situation. I think the Eagles, as the reigning NFC champs, will go in there, and it'll be close. It's always close in New England because Bill Belichick knows how to coach, but I do think the Eagles will have just enough to squeeze that game on the road. The Bears against the Packers. We see the Packers next weekend, and the Bears had a lot of money this year too. I think next to us, I think they had the most. They were the only team, I think, that had more cap space than they did. They went out and spent, got a lot of stuff to surround Justin Fields with. So now we'll see if they can do what they can do and become a little bit more improved. NFC North, yeah, we saw Detroit yesterday. As good as Detroit looked at certain times, I'm not convinced that was the greatest game in the world for them either. So Chicago should be able to battle in that division just like the rest of them. But I think on this particular day, the Bears are going to have a little bit of advantage over the Packers. Look for them to win by at least a touchdown. Seattle against the Rams. Rams got bad news. Cooper Kupp is not going to be available in that particular game. I think that's going to be big for the Rams. Yeah, Van Jefferson is nice, but he's definitely not Cooper, who was the Triple Crown as far as yards, touchdowns, and catches last year in the NFL. That's a big loss, and I think it's going to show on the field. Seahawks, Geno Smith, new contract in tow. Think he's going to do his thing. Very rarely are you going to see me pick with the Cowboys, but this particular week, I do think the Cowboys will win this game over the Giants. I do like the Giants story. I like how Brian Daboll did things to kind of re-energize the Giants fan base. That was a nice playoff win over Minnesota last year. But now I think you're going to see a more focused Dallas team. Dak Prescott knows the heat is on him with the trade from Trey Lance to see young whippersnapper knocking on the door. I think you'll see a lot of motivation coming from Dallas in that particular game. I look for Dallas to actually keep it close for a little bit and then roll at the end because the Giants will be behind. The score looks crazy, but I think this will be a close game into the fourth quarter. Look for Dallas to win. And then the Monday night preview game, the big game this week in the AFC East, the New York Jets, of course, went out and probably got the biggest trade of the year, bringing in Aaron Rodgers to come in to a team that Robert Saleh is probably got a little bit of heat coming his way as well. He got Aaron Rodgers, so you have no excuse not to win. You're supposed to be the defensive coach. You do the stuff on the defense. Let Aaron Rodgers do his stuff on the offense and see what happens. Of course, the Buffalo Bills always in the conversation. Little bit of stuff going on, it seems like, between Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. I think they'll be okay once the year gets started. They're not going anywhere. They're going to still be a playoff team. But at the end of the day, I do feel like the Jets at home will be able to take care of business in that particular game. All right, folks. So that's that. As far as the picks are concerned, I am going to run through the chat. Not only going to run through the chat, I'm going to also add the link in here. And again, after I finish going through some of these chats, I'm going to bring a couple of people in Very, very quickly, though, we're going to do rapid fire today on this so we can get things going on a Friday. 3:30 is in the house, as always. Thank you for coming into the lounge. 3:30 says, let's go. Scott Glover is here. He said, what's up? 24-10 Falcons in that game. In the game Sunday. False Start is in here in the lounge. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Again, as y'all come in, please make sure you like the video and tell your friends that Uncle Steve is here on Friday for the Friday Brunch. David Starks. What's up, Steve? On the cusp of week 1. Excited. I am really excited. This is it's pretty good. And, from a fan standpoint, we fought with each other about opinions on what should happen, who should be what, all of this. Guess what? Sunday, no one's going to talk about whether Desmond Ridder is ready. No one's going to talk about whether Bijan was the best pick in the draft. No one's going to talk about whether we should have brought in Jalen Carter. No one's going to talk about Lamar Jackson and his contract. No one's going to talk about whether we should have cut Felipe Franks, which nobody's going to talk about all that stuff. We're going to be focused on winning the game. So that's what I look forward to doing this Sunday. Philip Crawford, rise up. What's up, Phil? Say I don't have to go to Chine's restaurant to eat some cat this week. Stephen Gibbons, what's up, What's going on, Stephen? RJ Falcon in the house. Hey, you the lead singer. Big Low Country is the lead dancer. That's right. Let's go Falcons. That's right. Yeah, boy, I need to pee in this one so you can see that. Winston, what's going on? Thank you for joining us in the lounge. What's going on, and chat? Smash that like button. He is correct. Please do it for me. JJ Ayers is in the house. Go ahead then, turn up. We got to turn up, JJ. It's time. It's time to get this thing started, man. Sunday, we are 48 hours away. 48 hours. Matter of fact, 48 hours from now, we should know whether the Falcons are going to score on that first score or two. So hopefully we'll get that going. Scott said a fitting song to start off because it's time. Yes, sir. I see what you did there. It is time. Absolutely. RJ, ATL for life. Happy Friday. DJ Shark is out for the Panthers. Yes, that's another reason, folks. And Thielen was already banged up too, RJ. So that's, hey, I'm trying to tell you, it's turning in our direction. Stephen Gibbons says, I'm not hitting the like button because you stole Hurts from me. Me and Steven are in a fantasy league. So come on, man. Come on, man. That's fantasy, bro. We gotta you are wrong. But I feel Backtown Dirty, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining us in the lounge. David Stark said I had Detroit in the points. Joe, yeah, Detroit, that was a good call yesterday. RJ said Jeff Okuda is officially listed as out. And I wasn't super surprised about that. I think they just wanted to, you want to keep competitive edges during those times. That's what you want to do when you do this. All right, so we're going to run these scores right quick. David Starr says 23-20 Falcons. Philip Crawford says 21-10. Steven says 29-12 Falcons. J. Ayers says 31-17 Falcons. I have a buddy, neighborhood buddy, Cyrus in the house. What's going on, brother? He says 28-10 Falcons. RJ ATL for life says 30-27 Falcons in overtime. Lord, I don't want to go to overtime. Ray is in the house. What's going on, man? Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Appreciate you, brother. False Start says 31-13. Matt Town says 24-17 Falcons. What's up, Toy? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. David says it's going to be at home chilling and gnawing on some barbecue. Ooh, man, don't tease me. Wallace says, what's going on with you? I'm going to predict 31-10. All right. Ray says, I'm still debating. Not sure if I get last-minute tickets or just watch at the bar or watch from home. RJ says, Falcons, Joker, Cordero Patterson, and wide receiver Cordero Hodge are both questionable for Sunday against Carolina. I have a sneaky feeling you're going to see both of those guys this week. Ray says, Falcons win 34-17. We make a statement. Game 1. Winston, Cleveland. He's talking about the Cleveland game. Travis says Falcons 27, Panthers 13. I'm going to be at work watching the game. Hey, I hear you. Dixon Way, what's going on, Larry? Y'all make sure y'all check out the Dixon Way. I'm sure he's going to be streaming the game as well on his channel. Y'all go over there and give him a sub, give him a like. He got some new things going on over there with some membership possibilities. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Say, On the Couch with the Wife, commentating the game, Rise Up Falcons. Johnson's in the house. Thank you, sir. We win 27-7. Steven says, F the Bucks. I hear you. I'm right with you. Rusty says, Steve, gonna take some blood pressure meds about 12:30 on Friday, just in case. But in all seriousness, Bijan is gonna be a bad man. Hope DR9 becomes the guy. We can have a jump start on the division if he does. Tampa is tanking. New Orleans is gonna have a new head coach next year and still in cap hell. I'm not sold as right as a head coach in Carolina. Let's go Birds. And y'all give all the love to Rusty. Rusty over there fighting for us in North Carolina. All them folks coming after his head today about them Falcons, man. Y'all keep them up. Winston says 30-17. Atlanta supporters in the house. What's going on, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Kivia's in the house. What's going on? My Arizona brother says Buffalo Wild Wings in Casa Grande, Arizona. Atlanta 23, Panthers 17. Man, has it gotten cooler down there too? I'm still seeing 108 and stuff like that up there. King Richie is in the lounge. Thank you, sir. What's going on, brother? Anthony Booker is here. Brother Steve, what's up? I'm ready. 27-14 Falcons win, rides up. Raymond Collins, what's up? 28-10 Falcons. D. Sloan, what's going on, D? Say, Uncle Steve, what's going on? I'm on the road. Had to check you out. Are you ready for some Falcon football? Man, I'm ready than ever. Let's go Ritter. Let's go Falcons. John Brooks is in the house. Y'all make sure y'all check John Brooks out on his channel as well. Over there, Unc said, is there news on Burns that he had until Wednesday to get a deal? Yeah, he did. But the fact that he practiced, John, kind of lets me think that no matter what, he's still going to play. He's still getting $15 million this year. I think all of that is window dressing. I think you'll still see him play. D says 30-17 over the Panthers, which is appropriate. I hear you on that. Billy Mills says was up. Retro says what's good? Falcons by 20. I see a couple of people in the stage right here. We're going to come on right quick. JR, what is going on? How you doing on the Falcons Friday brunch? Give me the score and what you going to be doing, brother.
Score 35-33 Falcons.
Okay.
Nobody going to be able to stop nobody.
Fair enough. And where you going to be on that day, brother?
Don't know yet. Got a lot of invitations to go here, go there, whatever. I'm just going to spend my liquor, a Coca-Cola bottle on the floor and see which way I'm going to go. You know, that's basically what's going to happen.
Oh my goodness, man! I hear you, brother. And look, one last question before I go to the next person. Do you think Bryce Young is going to have a big game this week?
35-33. Yeah.
You think he's going to have a big game? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be last man that gets the ball. Somebody get out to a 2-touchdown lead and just hold on for dear life.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to slip on to the next couple of callers. We'll catch you after the game, brother. We'll catch you after that. Big David Starks is in the house. What's going on, David? How you doing, brother?
What's happening, Steve? What's happening with you, man?
I'm hanging in there, brother. Talk to me. Score. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add something else. Give me the score. Give me the score. Give me where you're gonna be, and tell me who's gonna be the MVP or star of the game.
MVP of which game?
The game we're playing.
Oh, okay. Score. I got 23-20 Falcons right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I wouldn't mess with that point spread, but I will take that over. I will take that over at 39.5. And
oh yeah.
I'm gonna be at home chilling. I got ribs soaking in the vinegar right now, Steve. And you know what I'm saying. So
stop.
So,
you can't tease folks about food during a time like this, brother. Don't do that now. That ain't fair now. You don't see me doing that to you, do you?
Man, the many pictures you post on that green ad, bro. Like, you better stop.
Give me an MVP. You didn't give me an MVP, did you?
MVP, I think it's probably gonna be our rookie Bijan Robinson. I'm expecting a big day out of him right now because I don't think because Burns tonight, I don't think nobody gonna be able to stop coming out their backfield.
Man, I hope Burns doesn't play. I got a feeling he will. I'm gonna roll to the next week. We got a couple of people in the chat. Dave, appreciate you as always, and I'll see you after the game. King Richie is in the house. What's going on, King?
What's going on?
Hey, man, I am doing just fine, brother. Tell me your score, where you're gonna be for the game, and give me an MVP for the game.
My score, I think about 30-17.
Okay.
My MVP, I'm gonna go my MVP on defense. I say D. Alford.
Oh, okay. Okay. In the absence of Okuda?
That's who I wanted to say, but his situation still sticky. But I just want to say one thing real quick.
Talk to me.
I love how Arthur Smith put Cordell Patterson at the Joker position because he's playing mind fuckery with these teams. Because when the last time have you ever seen anyone use that position if they ever have used the position? A lot of people don't even know what that position is.
I'm almost wondering, did Arthur Smith know what it was? I think to your point, to play any kind of psychological advantage that you have over a team, especially in game one, is a plus to me, King.
And I think, doing that ain't even, to me, team, that's season. Because now coaches got to figure out what they trying to do with Cordero, even though Arthur Smith did say on his interview it started off as a joke, but he said Cordell ended up liking it because that's his own separate position from everybody else. But doing that, man, look, I'm excited. And where I'm gonna be at the house with Pops, we gonna turn up and get some pizza and just watch the game. Cause he don't really. We could go to the stadium, but he know that we not really gonna watch the game in the stadium, and he want to watch the game. He don't want to just party. And he said it's the first game, so he want to see what the team actually gonna bring. If we go to that stadium, it's so many I love it, but I still love the Georgia Dome more because you didn't have any distractions. You had to be in your seat. Now you got bars. You don't even have to go to your seat, restaurants. So, yeah, we're going to watch it at the crib and, kick back.
Well, King, I want you to make sure after the game, you and Pops, if y'all don't mind, I'll be checking in right after the game. Please check in with me and let me know how you feel. And hopefully we'll be celebrating the win this time around 4:30 next week. And then y'all can let me know how it goes, brother.
All right.
You the man. You the man, man. Take care. Rise up, bro.
Rise.
Yes, sir. There's my buddy. There's my partner right there. 3:30 in the house. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm out here on I-20, man. I'm on my way down from North Carolina. Gonna make a weekend of it. Coming to the Benz, baby.
Man, listen. Hit me on text later on when you get there. I'm gonna try to see if we can.
I will.
When I see you there, talk to me, man, real quick, because I don't want to distract you from that ride. Because I know there might be some old Smokey Bear out there.
Oh yeah, they out here.
Them young folks don't know what I'm talking about. But give me a score. And,
hey, look, man.
Yep.
Carolina gonna get a few. Carolina gonna get a few field goals and maybe one touchdown. I'm gonna say 31-19.
That's a good rounded score right there. That's a good rounded score. Since we already know where you're gonna be, talk to me about who you think is gonna stand out this game, offense or defense. Who you think the Falcons are gonna step up?
Well, you know what? I'm so focused on kicking them tires on Ritter. I haven't really. I think everybody else is gonna be okay. I think everybody's gonna do their job. I'm concerned about Ritter, kick them tires on Ritter, and the play calling on defense and offense.
I have more confidence, I hate to say it, on the defensive side.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I'm not gonna sit here and try to act like I took some miracle drug. I'm still wondering what's gonna happen with Ritter. I want to be pleasantly surprised. I was thinking about what Dion did with Colorado last
Right.
week, not thinking that a lot of people not thinking that was gonna happen. I want to be pleasantly surprised by Desmond's play. But I'm like you. I'm still holding a little bit of concern when it comes to him
Yeah.
as a player. I'm going to ask one bonus question from you, too, if
Okay.
you don't mind. The pressure that we'll bring with the defense, do you see us being able to get to Bryce? I know he's a little bit of a running quarterback. Do you think we'd be able to get to him a couple of times?
Yeah, but we got to keep him boxed in. We cannot let him roll out. Can't miss it.
Yeah. That's a good call, man. Look, I'm gonna let you get back to driving because I know good and well you need to take care of that road. But brother, hit me up when you get in, and we'll catch you at the game, brother. And rise up, man. Good to see you. Safe travels.
Right.
All right, there we go. Again, if y'all want to get in the chat, come on in. Y'all be like 330, like King, like JR, like David. Come in real quick. See what your picks are. We appreciate everyone joining us here in the lounge. Billy Bill says, I smell nervous rookie quarterback in the air. LOL, Bryce Young is food. Yeah, I mean, we could see that go one of a couple of ways when you start talking about Bryce Young. There was the stat out there. I think they said the last rookie quarterback to start and actually win was David Carr for the Texans a while ago. So it'll be, we don't want to get into those historic type of things when we talking about our opponents. We should really be good against this team. I think their offensive line has a lot of issues. As you just saw earlier, one of the wide receivers not going to be able to make it. Thielen is already questionable. Do you really think Miles Sanders is that guy? I don't. So there are so many things stacking up in our favor where we should be able to take care of this Carolina team. Tron is in the lounge. What's going on? Say, what's up, Falcons by 10. I like it. That's a good call. We can do that. Bubba Gump. What's up, Bubba? Said late, but better late than never. Yeah, hey, man. It's all good. You in the house, man. Again, for those of you who are just joining us in here, thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Don't forget, if you're on YouTube, please go hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll be popping in live from the game on Sundays. So I know a lot of y'all will be watching the game, but pre-game, post-game, I'll be popping in a couple of times, hopefully being able to give you all a feel for what's going on at the stadium. Again, this channel is about the fan perspective. This is what the fans are thinking about during the game. So I want to give you as many experiences as I can while I'm there to see if things have changed. It'll be interesting to see what the atmosphere is. I heard a lot of people saying that they're going to the game. Obviously, people even chilling watching the game. Last year there were a couple of times that I heard some fans say, man, I'm going to go check out something else. I'm going to the movies on game day. And that's been, our fan base over the last couple of years, a little tempered because people were not very, not very much believing in what we were doing as a team. So now that we have some free agents in here, now that we got some nice draft picks, we saw a little smidge of what the team is doing. Hopefully we'll be able to reap the rewards on Sunday. This time, 48 hours from now. Francis Washington says, hey, Uncle Steve, I am going with the Falcons 27-14. Bijan will stand out. I like it. Bijan Robinson is going to be somebody that they're watching. I know a lot of people were watching Jamar Gibbs yesterday do his thing with his couple of carries that he had a chance to do during the game. I like what I saw from him. I think the Falcons are going to do the same thing. The same mix how they did Montgomery and Gibbs yesterday, I could see the same thing happening with Bijan and Tyler Algier doing the same type of stuff tomorrow. Atlanta supporter says, I got Tyler and Bijan running through these players. This is the debut of Thunder and Lightning, the new tag team of the Atlanta Falcons. And I heard somebody talking on one of the sports shows this week about being very similar to what Warrick Dunn and TJ Duckett did as well, which is interesting to me because I really think as much as I love that combination as well, the potential for this one, to me, the ceiling is a little higher. I look at this as what Devontae and Tevin Coleman, Devonta, I should say, Devonta Freeman and Tevin Coleman were doing a couple of years ago here at the Georgia Dome when they were one to come out for a whole series. You get another one coming in. I think the closest that we've had in the NFL to that, I know Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt did a little of that last year, or well, the year before last. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do as far as Bijan and Tyler teaming up to give us at least 150 yards. JJ says, I don't think we'll have a standout player, but a standout group. I think our front seven is going to terrorize their O-line all game long. JJ, that's actually facts. Trying to think with that NFL Network. If the Falcons can get pressure up the middle and force Bryce out, and I know a lot of people might be saying, well, do you really want to force him out or do you really want to force him in? But it kind of made sense because if the linebackers know the game plan is to bring the pressure up, obviously they're going to have somebody out there ready for him. And I think it's a solid plan. Now, if they go the other way and say keep them in the pocket, that could be interesting too. But that offensive line for Carolina is not very good. So I can go either way. It doesn't even matter. We can do both. Seba is in the house. What's up, man? Say, I know this is a Falcon channel, but anyone checking out Colorado tomorrow at noon, go Falcons. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do against Nebraska. That was obviously a unexpected win nationally when you start talking about Colorado. But I just say buyer beware. Just make sure that you keep that same focus and doing what you do. Nebraska, you should win that game. Actually, I was talking to a friend of mine. He and I have been debating about how good Colorado is going to be. And I've told him all along, I don't think Colorado is still, even with that start, I'm not sure if they're going to be a 6-6 team this year because the schedule doesn't line up great for them later on. But they should be able to beat Nebraska, especially how Nebraska started last week. So we'll see. Ray says, I think Riddle will make a statement this game. Expect the unexpected. Rise up. Hashtag rise up. I hope so. I hope so. I have, again, I don't want to be inconsistent. From the day they named Riddle the starter, I have said, okay, I hope this is the right thing. It's 2 days before the game. I'm not going to sit here and pout about who our starting quarterback is, but I'm going to support him and hope he comes through in the clutch because we really need him to do his thing. Again, with all the surrounding pieces around him with Drake and Kyle Pitts and Bijan and Tyler and Cordero, you should be able to do a lot of things in this game. And in a 60 to 70 play game, you can't give it to everybody. You can't give it to Bijan 30 times and Tyler 20 times and ignore all of the other guys around you. But I really do feel like we're going to see spreading out of things tomorrow. I think you'll see 10 carries from Bijan, 10 carries from Tyler. Matter of fact, I still think Tyler Algier is going to end up being the main ball carrier tomorrow. Don't look for Bijan to do some things on the outside. So we'll see. Millie says, what are the Panthers going to do when Calais come in the game? I want to get an idea of how teams are going to game plan around that, along with Grady and Onyemata. I don't know either. Because when Calais comes in, you got to give him attention. Somebody's going to benefit that, whether it's going to be Onyemata, whether it's going to be Grady. But it's not like you see a 6'8" behemoth come into the game and act like, yeah, one person, you get him. So you've got to game plan for when Calais comes in. I don't think Calais is going to be a 3-down player at all, but I do think he's somebody that you have to game plan when he comes in. Again, if everybody's joining us here, Uncle Steve's Lounge, as you come in, please hit the like button for me. Facebook, same thing. Hit the like button for me. Get the video out here into the universe. Appreciate y'all joining us on Uncle Steve's Lounge. Seba says, I think we're going to be impressed with, and I think he finishes here, with the product we see on the field Sunday. I think we are too. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. So I agree with you. Sean Glover is in the house. What's going on, Sean? Said Falcons by 10 over the Panthers. I'm right with you, brother. I think I'm thinking it's going to be more than that. But Bubba says you can't double all three. Facts. That's where it's going to go. And with an already weak offensive line, something's going to have to give. I mean, who do you give? Let's not act like the teams were double teaming Grady last year. In all due respect, I mean, what are you going to do this year? You going to double Grady and actually let them cats get through there? Now we got quick little Caden Ellis that might be able to blitz through the middle and do some things. You got problems. Brian Peoples, what's up, man? How you doing, sir? Say, I'll be at the Benz. Outstanding. I'll be there too. And Brian, I hope most of the people will be there at the beginning. We used to have that problem. I know we all wax poetic about the Georgia Dome, but that was a problem at the Georgia Dome too. We did the same thing. People would show up late and all of that. So let's make sure we get in here. Speaking of getting in here, let's get Wallace in here real quick. Rapid fire with my brother Wallace. How you doing, sir? Rise up.
I'm fine. Rise up. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing fine on this Friday. My brother, tell me your final score, your MVP, and then how are you going to spend Sunday watching the Birds?
Final score, I'm going to say 31-10. MVP, I'm going to go with Bijan.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be in section 107.
There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So 107, how crunk is it over there at 107? They be holding it down over there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they be holding it down.
Now normally I'm in 130.
Oh, okay.
Which is obviously the visitor side. Right. But hey, I think tomorrow is going to be a different day. I think people are still going to be getting into their thing and stuff like that. Wallace, please make sure you check us out after the game. I can't wait to hear your analysis on how things go afterwards, brother. Please check us out, okay?
All right, because I think...
You the man, Wallace. Rise up, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Again, y'all in the chat. I got the link in the chat. Y'all want to sneak in real quick. We'll talk to you. Billy says, Uncle Steve, from a lineman point of view, seeing Calais come has to make guys a little nervous and confused on who to block. Forget that little nervous. I want y'all to figure out, I'm 5'11", 300 pounds. And I know I hear some folks, yeah, you're a big dude. You're a big dude. I went and saw, I went up and talked for about 2 minutes to Caleb McGarry. And I know somebody's got to remind me what Caleb is. I don't think he's 6'8". But he a big boy. Now, he was as nice as he could be and shook my hand and gentle, but I swear I was looking up there and saying, dude, are you really that big? So again, I'm looking over to other side of him, and I'm looking at somebody 6'7", 6'8". Yeah, what do you do? How do you game plan for that? I mean, Carolina gonna have some problems, huge problems in that. Sean says, I'll be in the building Sunday also, brother. We will be there, brother. We will be there. I will definitely be shooting in live a couple of times on Sunday, so y'all check us out at the game. Brian says, we're winning 24-13, 4 sacks, 2 turnovers. My bold prediction. I love it. I love it, Brian. Hopefully one of them turnovers will be a touchdown. There is nothing better to stir up, to lather up the crowd than a defensive touchdown. Turnover 2, but Brian, if we could get a pick 6 or a fumble recovery for a touchdown, man, you talk about folks that would just lose their mind. Matt Town says, yeah, DJ Shark, hamstring, got you. Yeah, Brian says, I'm coming on time. Yeah, I'm getting there early. I usually get there early, barring crazy stuff, but I'll be there. Family first game, so the whole family will be there. We're gonna enjoy it together to kick off, and then my wife will release me for the rest of the year to go down there and yell my butt off embarrassingly for the rest of the year. But we make it a family affair for the opening games. That's gonna be awesome. Millie says, let alone Dupree, AK, Zoe on the edge. How the does offense expect to stop that? They can't. I don't see it either. I don't see it. Somebody's going to try to talk you into it. I don't see it. Brian says his MVP is going to be the D-line. He'll be in section 135. Okay, you're not that far then, bro. Okay. You're not too far. 130 over here. Brian said, and it also says McGarry is 6'6". Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm saying. And I'm not a big guy, tall at all. But, the average man is about 5'9", 5'8", 5'9". But I'm, how it is. Like, you think you're, right for 6 foot. So and you just see animals like McGarry and Calais. And you got to think about on the football field, even somebody that's 6'6" like McGarry, that you got to turn around. Not only is Calais tall, but dude is a tree. So what do you do? And then I see him running. Oh, Lord. It's not going to be fun. It's not. Winston says same thing, Calais, 6'6", 325. Yeah. And again, Calais is taller. That's crazy. Bubba says, put Fitz in as an extra blocker, 6'7". I'm going to tell you something. And a lot of people were kind of, Fitz is going to be nice. Fitzgerald is going to be nice. Now we all know, they'll never draft Bulldog. This cat, not only is going to be nice, he might surprise y'all. Took Parker Hesse's job. I know Parker's on the practice squad, but he was good enough to take that job. Millie says, I'm going 24-17, 3 sacks and an interception somewhere in the game. Ritter for MVP. I would love it. Would love if Ritter can be the MVP of the game. Bag says, what's up, I give us 24-10 Falcons by double digits. 2 turnovers for the defense. Ritter, at least 50% completion. Running backs will have 100 total yards. AJ or Bates will have an interception. Every scenario you just said in that is all good with me. I'll take that. RJ says, best gameplay advice to play against Calais Campbell, just lay down. Stay away from the beating. Oh, man. Bubba says, my phone keep messing up. Man, let me tell you something, Bubba. Even when I be trying, like I hate when I do that sometimes in the chat. Not only does the phone mess up. But the phone, we trying to, spell check for you and stuff, even though it's not what you're trying to do. Man, these phones have a mind of their own. Don't worry about it, brother. You here in the lounge, that's all I care about. So you could be messing up. I'm imperfect by far. So don't even worry about it. Winston says, Caleb is 6'6", 341. Calais is 6'8". Right. What's his weight? Winston, because I know he's a big boy too. But I guess I was saying Caleb is huge. Man, I looked over there and I was like, wait a minute, how you bigger than him? Because it's a different story when you're looking at tall receivers. Because the Falcons have tall receivers too, but for the most part, you might be able to. I'm not saying that they're not weak, but 300, I might be able to push you for a little bit, and they'll push me back and knock me over, but I might be able to hold my own. But dude, when you see somebody 330 plus and got that height too. Hellrail says, I seen Cam Newton in part. Yeah, Cam Newton. I'm 6'1". It gives you a different perspective on these pros. Yeah, Cam Newton is a freak as well. That's a big boy. Cam is, without a doubt. And I absolutely, I have seen him in person as well, and I did this right here too. Trust me. Yeah. You say you're 6'1", so I can imagine. You know how it is. You're thinking, for the most part, 6'1", you got a little height on folks. Yeah, these guys are no. King says, imagine Campbell and Harrison on the ends. Man, don't get me lathered up for that. JJ says, with Calais, when you see them, you run for your life. That's what you do. Hey, well, let's hope we got some Panthers running for their life this week. I think that's what the game plan should be as far as those guys concerned. I would, at least. Wallace says it's going to be tough for the Panthers to come in our house and beat us with a new head coach and DC and learning a new scheme with a rookie quarterback and a bad offensive line. So listen, I'm not even trying to be funny. I hope that's the case. But, I think let's not go into this game like we did with New Orleans. I think there were a lot of people thinking, oh, Jameson's coming in here. We're getting ready to run them over. And for 2.5 quarters, we were actually, beating them down and doing what we do. But we are not in a position to take any team light. And I mean that from a Falcons fan's standpoint and really from a team standpoint. You can't take any team lightly. See last night against Detroit and Kansas City. And not that Detroit wasn't good, but I'm just saying we're not at a point where you can just check off games as wins. I know we do it as fans, but as players and as teams, you cannot go into a mentality. I think TCU did that last week with Colorado. I think they went in there and said, oh, man, Dion knew he talking all that junk. He bringing in some boys from the HBCU. They ain't going to do that. And any given, on their case, Saturday. But as far as the Falcons concerned, we haven't built enough equity to overlook any team. So as hyped as I am about the Falcons and their chances, yes, I think this is not going to be close. I'll give y'all my score in a little bit. But I also think that you have just got to take the game seriously. I'm not saying Arthur Smith won't, but I'm saying don't get hyped. We have no reason to get hyped as a team, not as fans. Fans, we can get hyped all we want, but as a team, you got to still beat the guys in front of you. Seba says we haven't had enough depth at skill positions like this in a long time offensively. Probably 16. Winston says, thank you, Winston. Says, Google has Calais is 300. No way. No way. At least when we saw him for the I'm trying to think which practice that was that I saw him this. No. That I have a specialty of knowing about 300 pounds, and even at 6'7", 6'8", no. Calais is not 300 pounds. He is easily north. And I'll say easily, he got to be at least 315. But to your point, that's cool. Billy says, I need Bijan to come out and get the attention that teams about to place on him by week 4. Start putting Bijan in the slot and open up the offense. It's kind of simple. Use Bijan for the weapon he is. Billy, at a number 8 pick overall, you better use him as a weapon. And it's not even a secret anymore. You have to use him. And I'm not going to get mad. I know a lot of, and I read all the stuff and I watch Twitter, which Twitter is almost like a horrible drug that we shouldn't take seriously sometimes. But you were hearing some of the Detroit fans really getting upset that they weren't giving the ball more to Gibbs during the game. And I'm like, no, you don't overuse him. Even if he is a rookie, you don't overuse him, man. You balance it out with him and Montgomery. And, they let Montgomery get the turn. Gibbs got all the hard yards. And Montgomery, man, who cares? The threat of Gibbs is what helps Montgomery. And this is going to be what Tyler Algier is going to benefit from. The threat of Bijan is going to help Tyler. You have to think through this. Like, we can't just be in our feelings. We got to, do this thing right. So, Atlanta supporter says, I know Grady Jarrett happy he got some help now. He can get to the quarterback more faster with the big dudes on his side. The Falcons looking scary and tough and dangerous. Yes, sir. Billy says, one of the things I took from last night was when we played Detroit, that's going to be a dogfight for real. They kind of got the same hunger we have. And not only thinking about that, their when they play us, their team is very similar. Jared Goff is a little bit more experienced. They got that. He's on a little streak with no interceptions. That'll come to an end. He won't go through the whole season without an interception. But when you don't turn the ball over and you have a ball control offense, you're going to have success in this league. And I think that's what Atlanta's looking for. Desmond, don't put the guys in danger. Let's do this thing. Scooter says people already looking forward to the Detroit game since they beat Kansas City. Can we beat Carolina and Green Bay first? Yeah, man. And it's Scooter. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Don't overlook Carolina. I'm not telling you as a fan that I don't think Carolina's going to win, but you never overlook you can talk all the junk we want to, but respect, man, because you never know. It's fun for us to do it. But as far as the team is concerned, which I'm sure Arthur Smith will have those boys kind of rounded out in shape and everything. So we'll see how that ends up, working out for the rest of the team. Bubba Gum says Coach Campbell and Coach Nielsen have similar attitudes. Absolutely. I hear you. Winston says Falcons haven't won anything yet to be overlooking anybody. Yep. I hear you. Absolutely true. And that's the thing, y'all. This is the beginning of the journey. As much as a lot of us have, expectations for the Falcons, the old cliche, one game at a time, you got to be serious about that, man. You got to. Because it is going to be one game at a time. Folks are going to get beat up, bruised, and whatever. I'm not trying to be a downer before a season opener, but it's going to happen. So it's a long journey. Let's make sure we take it seriously. Let's not, underlook folks and all of that. I think the Falcons tomorrow, when you look at, Sunday, when you look at this team, I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I think some of the problems that Carolina is having on the offensive line are going to really cause some issues. But I just don't see how the Falcons don't come out of this game winning any less than 33-17. Bryce Young is going to be put on his behind, and that's going to be it. We're going to take care of business. And that's what we're going to do. It's Sunday. Y'all just got to get ready. And I want y'all to know, Atlanta, have you heard? We've got this team called the Dirty Birds. Ain't got no finesse, no personality. Gonna beat them Panthers down. Hey, everybody sing with me. Come on down. What? Hallelujah. Oh. Y'all gotta get hype. Hallelujah. Falcons Friday in the lounge with Uncle Steve. Y'all make sure y'all check us out on Sunday. After the game, we'll break it down. And everybody else, we'll see you at the game on Sunday. Until then, y'all take care of yourself.